numbers, 99 bombs, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't, yeah.
Fighting Scots of Highland have an opportunity today to clinch their third consecutive MOAC championship, all of them since joining the league, but standing in their way, the defending runner-up in Division 2 Ontario, playing some of their best baseball of the season right now as we enter the home stretch of the regular season and getting pumped up for tournament time. It's live and free high school baseball, taking over your smartphones, tablets, TVs, PCs, anywhere the internet can be found. It's all on the way from Marengo. Next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, he just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Travis Big League Berardi, and you're watching baseball action exclusively on the OH Report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to fabulous Marengo, Ohio for the Sutton Bank pregame show. My name's Brian Skowronski. I'm going to be your form of entertainment tonight, alongside, of course, the great high school baseball. And what a matchup we have for you here tonight. Highland, big winners here of their last 14 in a row, looking to keep it going against Ontario, a team they swept last year en route to their second straight MOAC championship, and looking for another one with a victory here tonight. As we'll pick up the action right away, beginning here top first, and the first pitch is swung on, and that's James Mahon of Ontario smashing it down to the shortstop, but the play is made for out number one. It's a great fielding team in Highland, obviously. Team's been on such a roll here as of late. And it only takes them one pitch to get the opening out. We've got Court Sears on the mound starting today for the Fighting Scots. 5-1 overall record. This the other starting pitcher today, Peyton Dugan, now in his senior season. And he'll take a look at a 1-1 count. And Sears kicks, fires. That one's upstairs. Ball two. Dugan with a big cut that time, and it's foul tip back. That'll even up the count. Peyton having a solid senior campaign. Hitting .275, .413 on base percentage. Going up against a guy, though, with a 1.18 ERA on the year. But this one's downstairs. Ball 3, and the count is full. Want to say what's up to everybody watching live and free out there. And it appears that the internet out here in Marengo, not so great, but a great start here for Dugan, who's going to land himself on first. He's been having a dynamite junior season. This one slapped at the third baseman. They'll try to turn 2. They'll get Dugan out, but it's safe at first. So Walter with the hustle. Gets in there for the fielder's choice. And now Carter Weaver steps to the plate. Weaver gets a good chunk of this one, but it's to the right fielder for out number 3.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Back here in Marengo, Highland faces 4 Ontario hitters. Set 3 of them down, and we now are in the bottom half of the first frame. Fighting Scots, leadoff hitter Jaden Collins. Gonna try to light the fuse here offensively, as he's done so often this year. Jaden having an excellent season so far. He'll pop this one up, though, and the wind pushes it foul, so it'll even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sharply hit, but to the shortstop by Mahon over to first to get the first out. We return now with our most valuable player, presented by Poncho's Taco. So Dugan 2-2 on the year, 5.35 ERA. Gets Court Sears now, the other starting pitcher today. Righty on lefty matchup. And that ball pitched rather in there for a strike. This one right back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. And it's the first base runner for Highland tonight. Great piece of hitting that time. Sets the stage here for Zach Church. Church, just a sophomore, but having a phenomenal season. We'll talk more about him in between the bases here momentarily. Dugan now with the bases chucked. Fires that in low. Evens up the count. Now Dugan with the pitch. This one skied to center field. And it's taken by Carter Weaver. No play at the plate. He's got a cannon for an arm. So 2 down now. And Dugan with an opportunity to try to get out of the inning with just 1 run on the board. And Evan Johnson stands in, takes a look at ball 1. Dugan from the top 2 now. Ontario on the road at Highland. Key MOAC matchup here today. And the hitter up at the dish, Jake Chapman. Taking strike 1, followed by ball 1. Now check swing here, and that's going to be fouled off down the first base line. Looks like we've got our internet problems hopefully straightened out here for you folks, and you can enjoy the rest of today's action in high definition quality. My name is Brian. I'm going to be on the call here tonight, along with my camera op, Jory Hollenbeck, giving you all the great sights and sounds here from Marengo as it's strike 3 called. No swing. And down goes the batter. First strikeout of the night for Sears. Sears averages right around 9 Ks per 7 innings pitched. So this is a dude accustomed to making dudes look silly up there when they're at the dish. And next up now, Jonathan Mahon, twin brother of leadoff hitter Jake. And so the count now 2-1. And that one in there right across the middle. Strike 2. And he'll wield this one off at the second basement. It's handled, pitched over to first. And we've got 2 down now in the frame. Well played right here, and Hendrik Correa get back over to first base to get the easy out. So the Warriors, 2 up, 2 down. And now they put Bryson Stutz at the dish. Bryson looking to spark a little 2-out rally. First pitch in there for a strike. Sears with his lettuce flowing in the hard-pushing breeze here this afternoon. Storms expected to roll in about an hour and a half through the Marengo area. And he gets ahead in the count. Sears kicks, steals, and strikes him out. So 3 up, 3 down. Sears does his job. And we'll keep the action right here with you folks as we'll dive in between the bases now for our Sutton Bank. Well, we have a special graphic called In Between the Bases. I don't think I have it here, but we'll just call this the pregame show. So what if we're an inning and a half in? You want to hear about the teams, right? And what they're doing? Let's do it. How about Ontario? Under the tutelage of head coach Mike Ellis now. Been on the job for a couple of years, and, you know, we talked about already a little bit the defending D2 state runners-up last year. They bring Carter Weaver back, the only all-MOAC performer. Had a couple of seniors on the squad that were a part of the journey that were graduated. 1-2 in their last 3 games. The loss, the most recent one, coming to Ashland. Their last outing on May 2nd after splitting a pair with Shelby. At least giving them a shot. They do still control their own destiny, even though they're 6-4 in the league, with a couple of wins over Highland. Carter Walter, though, leading the team in all 3 categories here. You see hits for average, the on-base percentage. He slugs like a champion as well. He's having a phenomenal year. And we expect to see big things from him throughout the course of this afternoon, as it's a first pitch swing and an out to the right fielder here from Hendrik Karaya. Take a second look here. Well, really your first look. I saw it with my own eyes. Nice catch in the outfield made by Jonathan Mahon. And it's 1 down now in the frame. This one slapped foul, so 0-2 now the count. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Highland hung one on the board back in the first, courtesy of an RBI single from Hayden Klein. But now it's Peyton Dugan's time to shine as he gets strike 3 called there. Sick pitch to get Rhett Russell swinging. Takes us back to the top of the order for Jaden Collins. And that'll even up the count, 1-1. Breeze blowing right into the face of the hitters here. As Dugan again gets ahead in the count, trying to make quick work here of the second inning. And Dugan steps off. What a pitch. Gets him striking out looking. Third strikeout of the evening for Peyton Dugan. One more look here. Collins confused. Couldn't even get the bat off of his shoulder. So we've got now 2 in the books, folks. But so far, you've really only heard about the away team. How about these Fighting Scots? Let's jump inside their team spotlight now, as Coach Donnie Klein got this team in a position where they can win the MOAC yet again. Unbelievable stretch for this squad, and riding a great win streak, 14 games in a row. It's almost been a month since they last tasted defeat, and that's a rare thing in the sport of baseball. You got to have at least a couple of quality starters. Of course, that's what they have with Searts and Church, and they've got other dudes as well that they can bring in relief. I think they've had like 9 guys step up on the rubber and do at least a little bit of pitching this season. But my player spotlight is the youngster Zach Church. I walked away so impressed after I seen him in a winning effort on the road at Clear Fork, a game where he fell behind and was able to come up with the sharp hit late in the game, had a bases clearing double to open things up, and that was critical. Had Clear Fork won that one, might have changed the entire scope of the season moving forward. The Colts at that point were tied for first place in the league, and thanks to this stud sophomore, I mean, just look at the numbers. He hits for average, gets on base, and the pitching still undefeated on the year. He's going to be a huge reason why they make a deep tournament run if Highland is able to do that. I know it didn't go their way last year. Got upset early in the tournament. Had a great team, but I think they've got even bigger dreams this season with this very vaunted sophomore class, showing that they are a force to be reckoned with. This one hit down to third, and it'll be booted. So the leadoff runner's on here for Ontario. Landon Sowards. So the leadoff runner on here for the Warriors. And now we'll get our first look at fire for that. Bear paws. Or wait, hey dudes. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you feel about hey dudes on people's feeds. Strike three. Third strikeout here for Sears. And that's the second time he's got a Warrior just stumped looking. First out. Short kick, it dills, and this one fading out of play, and it'll just land foul over the fence. So it'll make the count 0-1. And I'm directing for the first time baseball here today, guys. So I'm going to be a little behind at times with the balls and strikes and the base runners and the replays and everything. Calling and writing down that I've got like 100 pieces of paper out here. There's all these keystrokes to make. I'm going to get better, though. I know these first couple innings. Thank you for bearing with me. We're getting going. We're getting it going. So is Sears. How about both pitchers, actually? Dugan's starting to find his groove. 1-2-3 inning in the second. And this one foul tipped. A little piece of that one for Mr. James Mahon. It appears we've lost power. Uh-oh. Well, there we go. Just when I promised it was going to get better, folks. Okay? So the power is cutting out again here for the camera. Why don't you just unplug from that screen? Looks like that seems to be the source. So I'll just kind of keep you verbally informed here. Plus, I guess we got the balls and strikes counter going. 1-2 count. Mahon swings and he'll miss. So out number 2 and strikeout number 4 for Sears. Second here in the third. Pitch will be in there for strike 1. And this one foul, tipped off by Dugan. So he'll fall behind 0-2. Now Sears with the pitch, and Dugan sends this one flying over the Highland dugout. So the count remains 0-2. 2 down here in the top of the third. Warriors put their leadoff runner on. Landon Sowers reached on an error, and now Dugan's in there battling, and guess what? You can even see him now. So the junior versus the senior in the pitch. Chopped at the shortstop, has to make a backhand play. The throw down to first, the stretch. What an out. What a throw, what a play here by the Fighting Scots to get out of the frame. Check this out. Throws across the body and gets it done. So we have played 2.5. We'll be back, bottom third, on the way from Marengo. Bottom of the third on the way here from Marengo. The Fighting Scots of Highland right now enjoying themselves a 1-0 cushion here against MOAC rival Ontario. Both pitchers coming into form. Sears now with a 4-pack of kegs. Dugan's got 3. And that's just through a couple innings of work, so get a chance to add to it coming up here shortly. My name is Brian Skowronski, and since we never got kicked off here, I will jump into the comments section. See if anybody's saying anything. What's up, Bonnie Young? Watching tonight, cheering on the Fighting Scots, as is Willie Browning and Dana Lehman. Wow. See, we're based like just a couple of miles away from Ontario schools. My daughter actually goes there. I thought we might have a bit more of a pro-Warrior crowd, but so far everybody, including Debbie Schoenfeld, all on the side of the Knights. But hey, everyone likes supporting a winner, and 14 straight dubs. I mean, that speaks. Hard to top. Still looking for our first live chat session to break out over on the YouTube side of things. We are on Channel 1 tonight. If you were looking to move from Facebook over to YouTube, you can throw it up on your big screen or your small pad, wherever you want. Anywhere the internet can be found. That's what we promise. That's what we deliver. And that's Dugan delivering a 1-1 count. Pitch number 3 of the at-bat. And did he go? Maybe not. It's going to be ball 2 here to Court Sears. And Sears on the season, hitting .389, gets on base. Most of the time, .520 OBP. The pitch. And it's upstairs. Ball 3. And that'll put the first runner on. See that one miss upstairs. So Sears makes his light jog down to first base. And that'll bring up our player spotlight tonight, Mr. Zach Church. And the runner was going all the way, the ball down in the dirt. Wow, Sears is going to head all the way over to third. The play, it's out into the outfield, and just going to stay there. Going to stay home. Probably the right move. So a big start here to the bottom of the third. No down, Church at the dish. And now Sears just 60 feet away from making this a 2-0 game on our Lehman Capital Management Group scoreboard. And 3 straight balls. Umpire deciding that one a little bit upstairs. So Church can certainly be as choosy as he wants. Dugan keeping the at-bat alive. Puts that one right down Main Street. And now the 3-1. On the way, and strike 2. Church really tried to sell this one. Halfway down the line. Payoff pitch. Oh, just missed. So the second walk of the frame here will put runners on the corners. Got to see that one again. Slow it down. Yeah, it looks high. So back-to-back walks here for Peyton Dugan in the bottom of the third. Puts himself in a tough position. Hayden Klein stepping into the batter's box. And he'll shoot this one right at the Ontario dugout. Klein on the season, .508 slugging percentage. Batting average better than .410. But he's going to be behind 0-2. Well, no. I'm going to say no swing. And I didn't have my replay dialed up quite far back enough. Just got to take their word for it. But if you can hear, it feels like there's some unhappy fans down here in the Ontario cheering section. Might disagree with the call. What do you say, Jory? She's got nothing for me. Just hanging out in her Hey Dudes. Wow, what a bunt right in front of the catcher. That'll bring in a run. It's 2-1 Highland. Excellent RBI sacrifice here from Hayden Klein. So we've now got a runner on second, 1 down. 2-zip Fighting Scots. And Jace Brooks, another lefty standing in the batter's box. Brooks One of those handful of seniors on the roster this year. Enjoying, of course, the winning and also some outrageous numbers. Hitting .439 on the season. He walks a bunch too. 10 times already on the year. And he's looking at a 1-1 count. As Dugan checks second, nobody covering the bag. Peyton, a second look-see. And now sends that one high. Ball 2. The pitch. And the breaking ball in there for strike 2. Bang. A lot of curvature that time for Peyton Dugan. He's been hanging in there so far. He deals this one. Straight back and out of play. Keeping the count at 2-2. So for all my fashionistas out there, let me know. Hey dudes, okay to wear in public? Or are those just for home? Public or nah? Ball or nah? You tell me. Let's watch one more time. Umpire said that was ball 3. So the count is loaded up. 3-2. This one right off of Dugan's glove. And no play to be made. So I don't know officially how to score these type of things. We'll put Jace down for a single. That'll put him on first. It's Church lurking on third base. And Highland again showing bunt. This is Gavin Weigand. Flew out his first at bat back in the first. Looking to drive in a run here. And he'll slap that one. Dugan plays it, but more damage is done. A run comes around to score, so a pair of sacrifice. RBI bunts here in the frame. The latest from Weigand. And like I was talking about in the previous inning, Highlands, a small ball team. They manufacture runs with the best of them. And we got a still down to third. Heads up base running from Jace Brooks. Puts himself one bag closer to trying to open things up here and try to make it a 4-run differential. As Dugan gets behind in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. And he gets Johnson to foul this one off. Struck out looking is only at bat thus far. This one popped up right field. Long distance play. So it'll be 2-2. And for Johnson on the season, .302 average. Slugging .340 on the year. And he's driven in 13 runs. But a strike 3 swinging. And that is how the frame will end. We've played 3. We'll see you again at the top of the 4. Ontario coming back up to bat. Fourth inning here in Marengo. 3-0 the count. Highland out in front after laying down a pair of RBI sack bunts in their offensive half. Weigand along with Klein making it happen. And now Ontario's got their turn to try to answer here in the fourth. They'll begin things with their number 3 hitter, Carter Walter. Walter looking to reach base for the first time tonight. This just his second at bat, second time through the order here for the Warriors. As that one's down in the dirt. Again, my name is Brian Skowronski, here with you tonight from Highland High School for this excellent MOAC showdown. Warriors looking to stay alive in the conference. Highland looking to close the door. And Sears trying to do the same here on the opening hitter of the frame. 2-2 count. The pitch. Walter connects. Heading towards left, but the play is made. So one down here in the fourth, as Carter Walter gives it a ride. But he sits down 0 for 2 now. Brings up this Weaver, and he shoots this one towards center, and great catch. How about the play by the second baseman to get the read? Run this back on the Home and Kitchen Supply replay here in a moment. Pretty good piece of hitting. I thought this would be a bloop single. Instead, great chase down in the out. So 2 down. And ball 1 here. Jake Chapman at the dish. Trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning for the Big O. Happened to him back in the second. But he rips this one through the gap. That'll be a single. So Chapman gets aboard after striking out looking in his first at bat. And that'll set the table now for Jonathan Mahon. Grounded out back in the second. And now swings at the first pitch, falls behind 0-1. This one fouled right off of home plate. Putting Sears ahead. Sears looking to collect his 6th official win from the bump this season. And throwing some nice heat right here. It's been tough for Mahon to catch up. But he stays alive. Fights that one off. But he strikes out swinging here. So Highland gets out of the frame. They'll be back up to bat in the bottom of the fourth when we return.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Top of the fourth in the books. We now move on to the bottom half. And for you watching out at home, live and free on YouTube Channel 1 and then also on our Facebook page, let's take a look at what I thought would decide today's game. Here's my keys to victory. We'll begin with the Ontario Warriors, who felt like just got to protect the corners. This is such a good, solid hitting team that you certainly can't allow those extra base hits. And then the timely hits. That going to be a big point of emphasis as we get into the stretch innings here. Can Ontario come up with some big-time hits late to get themselves back into the game? And for Highland, already leading 3-0. Just got to stay confident. We've seen it already. Great bunting team playing the small ball. And how about some early success? They have tasted that. They scored in the first inning, added on a couple more in the third, and they are back up to bat now as we welcome you into the bottom half of inning number 4. This one slicing down the line. It's going to be out, but a great play is made. Long run, and the out for the Warriors. So the Wind really holding this one up, taking it out of play, and the right fielder able to get underneath it. So one down now here in the bottom half of the fourth. Highland tied 2 on the scoreboard back in the third. Went down in order in the second after getting an RBI single from Hayden Klein back in the opening inning. And it's now a 2-1 count here on Rhett Russell, the number 9 hitter. And Russell keeps the bat on his shoulder there. The sophomore looking at strike 2. Dugan still on the bump for Ontario. He kicks, deals, and that's in there for another strikeout looking. So Dugan with his 4th K of the evening. And he's gotten Rhett twice. But that will get Highland back to the top of their order. And Jaden Collins, who also struck out looking in his previous at-bat. Not something you see a ton of from Jaden. As the count evens up. 1-1, 2 down here in the fourth. And that breaking ball getting away that time from Dugan. The pitch is in there. Smacked at the third baseman. Walter handles the throw high, but the tag out is made. Nice play there from Walter. And then the great tag. So 4 now in the books. We head top 5, and the Warriors back up to bat. We've got 4 innings in the books here in Marengo. Right now it's Highland. If you can look off in the distance, go ahead, zoom in on that scoreboard. Let's show you what's been going on here. They've got 3 runs. Ontario looking for their first score here of the evening. No real big crooked numbers. 1 in the first, a couple in the third, and then down in order. Last time up. And for the Warriors, they put 4 at the plate. Got a single from Jake Chapman in the 4th. They'll start things off now with Bryson Stutes, first baseman. Made that nice tag out there to end the previous inning. And referencing back to my keys to victory, how about some timely hits for the Warriors? Certainly getting some leadoff men on could go a long way to building their confidence. And it's amazing, similar to basketball, sometimes you just see the ball go in and it can change the entire complexity of everything, like we saw with the Cleveland Cavaliers a couple of days ago in that big Game 7 win. And hey, this one, shot up the middle. Does Stutes have the speed? He does not. So the first out is recorded. And Highland continues to be perfect with their efficiency out in the field. Second baseman eating that one up. And a great squeeze there from Weigand at first. First pitch swinging here for Landon Sowards, the number 8 hitter. Sowards reached via error last time he was up. And he falls behind in the count. Couple of strikes, no balls. And now Sears still elects to test him. Gets him looking. I don't think Sowards was expecting this. Thought might test him, you know, try to get him to swing at something off the plate. Nah. How about a good old-fashioned heater over the middle? Sits him down. And to the very bottom of the order now with Ian Rachel. Sears trying to make quick work of the frame. But this one slicing in there for a base hit. So Rachel reaches. And now an opportunity for a 2-out rally here for the Warriors with their leadoff man, James Mahon, stepping back into the box. He reached in his very first at-bat of the night. Struck out last time. And well defended there, that ball down in the dirt. So Church, excellent job behind the plate. Handles it. Sharply hit at third. The play made over to first. And that is how this half of the inning will end. So the Fighting Scots quickly back up to bat. We'll see what they can do. Sears leading off in the 5th. Peyton Dugan remains on the hill for the Ontario Warriors. Looking to face Highland again, their third time through the lineup, was able to get leadoff hitter Jaden Collins out to end the offensive portion of the fourth for the Fighting Scots. And that'll bring up Court Sears, today's starting pitcher. Court, one of a handful of juniors on the roster. And he zips this one right past Dugan. So it's a leadoff single for Mr. Sears. Right back up the middle through the gap. If there was going to be a play to be made, it would have been Dugan, but very hard hit ball. And it's a single to start the party here. And Zach Church steps into the batter's box. As Dugan sends that one back over to first. Now Church, great opportunity to turn two for the Warriors, and they will. Hard hit ball by Church, but it gets gobbled up by the shortstop. Down over to first, and James Mahon making that one happen. Again, Mahon with the play, able to pick it up, tough throw. And the runner will be on. Take a look at the speed down the line again here for Hayden Klein to get on. That'll bring up Jace Brooks. But the throw is in time, and the Warriors get the still attempts. How about Mahon in the frame? Turns a double play and gets the final out here. Now the Warriors will move on to the top of the sixth. That on the way after a short commercial timeout.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
We've played 5 here in Marengo. Ontario starting to run out of outs. They've got 6 remaining here in regulation, as they will start things off with Peyton Dugan coming up here. Starting pitcher will lead off in the 6th. Peyton with a couple of ground outs to his name so far today. Would obviously love to get aboard. Try to make some noise here in the 6th. I am Brian Skowronski here at a very windy Highland Scots baseball diamond. I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's been a howling wind the entire night. Big storms expected to come through. They're obviously passing through the entire country right now. Starting in the Midwest where, I mean, what terror Mother Nature has been just wreaking on, the homeland. Oklahoma, Kansas getting tore up. Ohio's had some tornadoes. And Dugan going to get on with a leadoff base hit. So that's a great sign here for the senior Peyton Dugan to get a duck on the pond with the Carters on the way up. The third and fourth hitters, beginning with Walter. This will be his third at bat, 0-2 so far on the evening. And that's just the third hit allowed so far by Sears. He's been fabulous. Don't believe he's walked any yet. Correction, the fourth hit allowed by Sears. And he gets in there with the first pitch strike. Walter looking to advance the runner. And I am definitely no baseball expert. I'm letting this dude swing. Sixth inning. Need at least 3 runs to try to extend here. Gotta let old number 12 get up to the dish, try to make something happen. He checks the assignment over from the dugout and stands in for the 1-1. Sears keeping an eye and keeping Peyton real close over to first base, not allowing too large of a lead. He's got about a couple human body lengths there. And that one sky high, sails over the head. Walter was our player spotlight tonight for Ontario, and for obvious reasons. Hitting .429, slugging .657 on the year. And the Warriors would love him to kind of stick true to his average here. Church has that one fall out of his hand. And Sears falls behind 3-1. Sears with the pitch. And Walter takes down low, ball 4. So 2 runners aboard now for Carter Weaver. First team All-Ohio selection last year. First team All-MOAC. And a mound visit from one of the assistant coaches here. Just trying to calm things down with Sears. And while they chit-chat there at the mound, I'll pull up our Facebook and our YouTube channel 1 stream. See if you guys got anything for me out there. Check the comment section. I see Trish Petrino cheering on the Knights. Well, I don't think any Knights are playing here, but we do have a huge one going down right now. Over in Howard, East Knox and Northmore are playing for a league championship in the KMAC. The Scots also can be the outright winner of the MOAC here tonight. And that's why Val Palmer-Smith is cheering them on Facebook. And then on YouTube, doesn't look like the conversation's really caught fire just yet. But the Warriors are trying to do that here from the batter's box, as that's a first pitch ball into Carter Weaver. Now in his senior season, older brother, a college player at Ashland University. And I believe Carter is going to play in collegiate baseball somewhere. He should. It's awesome. Hitting .375, on base percentage of .475 this year. And he bunts this one to perfection down the line. The runners advance. A big collision over at first. And I believe Weaver is going to be called out. Or is he? Referees are going to huddle up and discuss this one. Umpires, excuse me. Still in basketball mode. Hey, we got the Cavs tonight, baby. Hope y'all are as excited about that one as I am tonight. Game 1 in Boston, and everyone counting us out. We're a 6-1 dog right now in Vegas. Get your chips on the table while you can. 9-1 dog to win the series. No one giving them a chance. So they will indeed call Weaver out, but the job is done. Runners advancing to second and third, and wow. That's a ton of contact. And I got to run it back one more time. I mean, this doesn't really look like it's Weaver trying to make a play. That's just the first baseman's right in the base path. That probably should be safe. I don't think you're allowed to catch the ball right there. I got to watch more baseball. Oh, I can tell you what this one means, though. That indeed is a bean, and Jake Chapman will account for a walk and load up the bags. So 3 of the first 4 batters here in the top of the 6th have all reached. As Sears finds himself in trouble for the first time tonight, hadn't seen more than 1 base runner at any point in the game until this frame. But he'll get ahead in the count. First pitch strike in here to Jonathan Mahon. He's got a ground out and a strikeout to his name so far. And he falls behind 0-2. Nasty pitch. Wow, a lot of movement on that one. Great breaking ball tossed in there for Sears. And the same pitch right over the middle got him looking. Wow. Look at the snap right over the center of the plate. Mahon can't believe it. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Jonathan. And a pressure cooker situation now for Bryson Stutes. Stutes also with a strikeout and a ground out right now to his resume. Stutes on the season, hitting 182, 273 on base percentage. And he'll chop this one at the shortstop. Heck of a play made on the run for out number 3. Wow. The defense has come to play here for Highland. A lot of energy being shown here as they get themselves out of trouble. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded, no damage done by the Warriors.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
A lot of sizzle at the plate for Ontario there in their top half of the 6th, but they come away empty-handed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Warriors come up to bat. They load up the deck, and they still sit on a goose egg on the scoreboard as we head now into the bottom of the 6th. Peyton Dugan, Steele Dillon from the hill. He's been solid so far here tonight. he will start things off here against Jace Brooks. 1-2-3 inning in the last. Had to get a double play and a throw out down to second to do so. So Brooks, who actually ended the last inning at bat, gets another opportunity here as he looks at ball one. And now the count even at 1-1. Brooks so far, perfect 2 for 2 at the dish, a couple of singles. He'll wear back-to-back strikes, though, now, as Dugan works his way ahead in the count. And Peyton sends that one a bit tall. So we're back to even at 2-2. Working quickly now. Peyton gets this one skied over to left. And that'll account for out number 1. Landon Sowers right where he needed to be. Nice position. And the Warriors get the out. Pitch number 1 comes in, and that's a bit high here for Gavin Wygant. Foul tip evens up the count at 1-1. Last time up, Wygant delivered an RBI bunt. And now the righty swings, big cut. No chunk of the rock that time. And the payoff pitch in there for strike 3. So Dugan adds another strikeout. That now his 5th of the afternoon. And that'll bring up Evan Johnson. He struck out looking earlier in the contest. Ended the 3rd inning with an out as well. So Dugan's gotten the better of this matchup so far tonight. And he gets ahead in the count. 1-2. Dugan really quickly working. And that is how the 6th inning will end. We move on to the top of the 7th. Warriors, still a little bit of life, but got some work to do. Behind by 3 runs. Ontario down to their final 3 outs here as we are in the top half of the 7th inning. Sears looking to complete a complete game shutout. Got himself in a bit of a tussle in the 6th inning. Loaded up the bases. 1 out, but was able to get back-to-back outs. A strikeout of Jonathan Mahon and then Bryson Stutes with a ground out to end the frame. So the number 8 and 9 hitters will start things off here for the Warriors. And it's a first pitch strike in there to Landon Sowers. Has been on base tonight. Reached on an error in the 3rd. Struck out looking his last time up. He's down to his final strike, though, of this at-bat. As Sears puts it inside on the hands, bouncing to the 3rd base. Long throw, and it gets away. So Sowers officially will be credited with a single. I think I got some fancy graphics. Let me see if I hit the right button. Ready? Oh, dang it. Hold on. Hey! I'm just learning of these. So a single here, but advancing to second, that's big time for Sowards to set the stage. And Ian Rachel up at the plate, looking to get a little rally going from the 9-hole. He singled his last time up. And takes a first pitch ball low. Good eye for Rachel. Sears going to step off. Big wind gust coming through, and actually there's some scary looking clouds off in the distance. Rachel hitting 257 on the year, and he gets under this one. Highland able to secure out number 1. This time the third baseman makes a solid throw. And the runner remains stuck on second. But for the Warriors, it's back to the top of the lineup with James Mahon. And he slaps this one, man. It has been busy season over there at third base for Hayden Klein, but making the most of his last 2 opportunities. As there's now 2 down, and Peyton Dugan, the last remaining hope here for the Warriors to try to keep their pulse alive here, not only in this game, but in the MOAC championship race. The Warriors, though 2 games back of Highland, control their own destiny. Kind of. I guess, well, yeah. If they win both, they would get themselves a share as this one escapes away. Wild pitch from Church. And that puts Sowards over to third. So Dugan gets ahead in the count. As the wind really starting to pick up now. Dugan, big swing on that one. Foul tip back. Warriors got to come up with 3 runs on our Lehman Capital Management Group scoreboard here. And this one sharply hit, drifting, but the catch is made. And that will be the final out here of the evening. Gavin Weigand gets it done. So 3-0, your final score. The Highland Fighting Scots, your 4 MOAC champions. We'll keep the action right here, just in case they've got some type of a cool celebration lined up. But this is business as usual for these Scots. 3 in a row now for Highland, ever since they joined the league. And our postgame action on the way here from Highland.
She got that.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Travis Big League Berardi, and you're watching baseball action exclusively on the OH Report.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you, folks, live and free thanks to the good people over at Lehman Capital Management Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Big thank you to Sutton Bank. You can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities when you sign up for Kasasa. OSPF. Life hasn't all been sandalwood and sunshine lately. Visit themantherapy.org today, and you can get your free head inspection to see if it's time for a checkup from the neck up. Men are better when men are happy. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. And Scout Construction, LLC, who's got more than a decade of business, so you can trust Scout with your roofing and siding needs. Call them up for more information at 419-989-7240. Quickly back into the comments section here as we are wrangling our most valuable player. And it looks like Highland is going to take, and as they should, a MOAC championship victory. I've lost my camera lady. So let me see if I can run camera. Let me see if I can bring this up for you, show you what they're doing. Hold on one sec. Gotta adjust the camera first. I'll show you guys what they're doing out in the outfield. Possibly. Like a 50-50 chance. We had to move the camera out of the window. So, here, camera lady, I was just going to try to show them what's going on out in the outfield, if it's possible. Here we go. So, the Scots, yeah, see, that's how windy it is out there. There they are. That's your MOAC champs for a third consecutive year. Getting it done again here at home. You need me to adjust that focus for you? Let's see if I can do it. And they're just all teary-eyed, all blurry as people just because happy tears. Nah, there they are. How about it? They are the champions of the MOAC. Because Highland baseball's never whack. Well, they've been whacking the ball around, though, great again this year. Awesome outing for the Fighting Scots. That's why they are your champions. 3-zip. They take out Ontario just in time, too, because it looks like the rain is about to make its way here into Sparta. Plus, there's a big NBA basketball game on tonight that everybody in Ohio should be watching, sending out some positive vibes to the Cavs. Maybe the championship DNA here of Highland can bleed over into Cleveland on the road in Boston. We are going to step aside, though, one more time. When we come back, we're going to go with Court Sears, the winning pitcher here today. He joins me up in the booth for a one-on-one conversation next.
She got that.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Travis Big League Berardi, and you're watching baseball action exclusively on the OH Report.
We are back now with our most valuable player, brought to you by the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation. And I've got the winning pitcher today, Court Sears. Not just any win, though. How about a MOAC championship win? 3rd straight years that you guys have done this. Just the satisfaction of knowing that you guys are top dogs yet again.
Yeah, it feels real good. I think. Can you hear me good? I think.
Yeah, I got
okay. You. It feels real good, especially 3 straight in the MOAC, and I think it's a 6th straight counting the KMAC, and that feels real good for all of us. And we were wanting to get this 3rd one, and we felt real good about it.
Coming out here today, you had to knock off a team that obviously was dynamite in the tournament last year and has some big boppers in the middle of the lineup, and you hold them scoreless here. So tell me about your stuff and just how much confidence you had from the bump today.
Yeah, me and Coach Gresh, we always talk about just how much confidence we have to have, and that we know we're the best out there, and we can go at anyone we want, and that we just have to trust our stuff and go at them and put pitches where we need them, and things will go well for us.
What do you trust most? What's your favorite pitch out there?
Depends on. I mean, I like everything. I like curveball, slider is usually most consistent for me, and when changeup is working like it has been the past couple of games, it feels real good. But changeup, curveball, not changeup, my bad. Curveball, slider, fastball, that's always feeling pretty good for me.
You were cruising along there through 5 innings. I think you only had a couple of runners that got on. Then in the 6th, you got into a little bit of trouble. Just 1 out, bases juiced. Describe that situation for me and just getting out of it. Obviously, there was a big celebration at the dugout, just how that all felt to go down.
Yeah, I mean, didn't put pitches where I needed to, wasn't finding the zone, and then came out, had bases loaded, and I know I had to go to work. Put together a couple good at-bats and got some outs, and it felt real good to shut them down and take the momentum away from them.
15 straight wins for you guys? Like, it's almost been a full month, I think,
yeah,
since
that sounds about right. I think this was win 21, and 2 losses, 21-2. after
How,
tonight.
as a team, do you get in a zone like that? Because baseball is one of those weird sports where just one off night for you or another starting pitcher or maybe an error or two, and things can go sideways. How do you win 15 in a row?
We lost those 2 early ones to one to Shelby and then one to Harding. And we did not feel good about those and knew that we had to go to work if we wanted to get another MOAC conference championship like we did tonight. And we knew that if we wanted it, we just had to go to work. And ever since then, ever since those 2 losses, we've just been going right at everyone with all the confidence. And we know that we can go at anyone we want and we'll get them.
So far, so good. You're checking all the boxes. You get Ontario again tomorrow, and then you wrap up the league, I believe, on Saturday with Harding, if that sounds right.
Yep, we got Ontario tomorrow at Ontario, and then we have Newark Catholic there on Friday, and then we come back here on our field to finish the second one with Harding.
So give me some perspective. A little bit of a sour taste last year, the way that your season ended in the tournament. Finishing up this week, obviously the wins are important, but what else do you want to do before you get into playoff action?
We just want to keep playing the ball we're playing. We haven't put everything together, but things are starting to click for us, and bats are starting to get hot. We've been feeling real good on defense is starting to come together like we want it to. We've been throwing it well on the mound for the past couple weeks, and we just know that the way we went out last year was not the way we wanted to go out, and we know that our best baseball is in front of us, and that we just want to go at everyone, and we'll have a good run for us.
Well, if your best baseball's in front of you, that's amazing considering what you guys have just accomplished over the last month. So congratulations, 3-0 win here today. Another MOAC crown, and shout-outs on the way for you. Go ahead and thank anybody you want.
Shout out family and friends who are watching and are here supporting us, especially the community. They've come out and shown out well for us and come to support us the past couple weeks. They're behind our backs, and we always hear them, and it feels real good to be playing for them. And then Coach Church, always having confidence behind us. Coach Klein putting us in positions to win ball games, and Coach Allry for giving us the insight that we might not want to hear but we need to hear, and all the other coaches and Coach Gress for just telling me what to throw and helping me get through the games.
All right, good stuff tonight.
Thank you.
Court Sears,
Thank you.
Your MVP presented by the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation.
She got that.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Travis Big League Berardi, and you're watching baseball action exclusively on the OH.REPORT.
We welcome you back here to Highland for the Sutton Bank post-game show. 3-0. The Fighting Scots earn themselves, bare minimum, at least a share of the MOAC championship. And you see, it's business as usual, as Court Sears just laid out for us. 3 straight in the MOAC. They finished up their KMAC stretch with 3 consecutive league championships. So the conference banner getting pretty full down here in Marengo, where the Fighting Scots 6 straight seasons and 6 league banners. Brian Skowronski, I've been with you through the entire portion of today for a fun contest from start to finish. Loved seeing Ontario in action, a team, of course, that made it all the way to the Division II state championship last year and put up a decent fight. They had their moments here tonight as we'll take a look at the final numbers of the evening. They matched Highland in terms of hits and getting on base, had all the ducks floating around on the pond there in the 6th inning, but as you heard from Court, this is a confident group. Their defense has been playing spectacular. They're able to make the plays when they need to at the opportune times. And for Ontario, my big key to victory for them was opportunistic hits, timely hits, as they like to call them here in the sport of baseball, and that just was not the case as the Warriors dipped to 12-9, 6-5 now in the MOAC as Highland. That should say 2-4. I got my graphic a little bit wrong, but they're 21-2, 11-2 now in the whole enchilada to eat themselves. That will wrap up our coverage, though, here today from Sparta. As always, you got to thank the people that bring you the live and free coverage here on the OH Report, because without them, we're charging you. We're throwing you on a paywall like all the other companies here in the state of Ohio do, but not us. We're live, we're free, and we're where everyone is on social media. So big shout out to my new favorite people over at Lehman Capital. Got a chance to talk to them before the game. Going to be some great new sponsors for us here down in Highland. The Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation. Our good friend Bryce Coder, his father, doing a lot of the work over there. Sutton Bank and Rhonda Martin, the team over there, second to none in the banking industry in North Central Ohio. Our dear friend Josh Mobley over at Scout Construction LLC, done a lot of work at my house. I will vouch for all of it. It is great. Same with home and kitchen supply. Call up Bo Shaw today if you're looking to update your windows, your baths, and he'll make your kitchen dreams come true. My name is Brian Skowronski for Jory Hollebeck, signing out for now. Cheer on the Cavs tonight. I know I'm going to. And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. Stay safe out there, kids. Ta-ta for now.